Hello, it is me, the rock and roll mystic, and welcome to my little channel. It's been about 2 weeks since I've done a video, and I've been meaning to come in here, but like the thoughts that have been going through my head are pretty heavy, and I wanted to make sure that I kind of work through them before I do this little heavy video. This video is not that video. I just wanted to come on and say, hey, remind you that I am still here. I haven't gone anywhere. And just kind of give you a heads up of what's been going on. I got a new Oracle deck, so I wanted to share that. And I went to my monthly seance tonight, and I got a lot of things that I'm trying to work through. So maybe if I talk them through with you guys, and maybe I'll find a little bit of clarity. I don't know. We'll see. So let's get to my brand new Oracle deck. I saw this when I was at the magic shop. Um, and I was just looking for something because, my guides are wanting me to do my own project. And I've been trying to get my thoughts together about that. And as I was looking through the shelves, I found this really cool deck and it just popped out at me. And crows tend to be one of the animals that call to me. And so I got this deck. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen this deck. I've never seen this deck before. It's obviously Ciolo Thompson, the Winter Seer Animal Oracle. On the back says, gain the wisdom of long revered creatures from the northern climes. Experience Celtic and North lore in a brand new way with this exquisite oracle deck. Winter Seer Animal Oracle shows you how to deepen your divination practice through the wisdom of 56 marvelous creatures native to the northern climates, from salmon to magpie to badger and bear. Featuring Ciolo Thompson's impressive watercolor illustrations, these cards bolster your readings with their stunning details, and accompanying guidebook uses the mythology of bygone days to inspire your modern life. Sounds very cool. And it's one of those big giant boxes that have that little magnetic closure. It's beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's just gorgeous. And then this book is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And it's full color. It looks like it's satin pages. But like look at that. I mean, the artwork is just gorgeous. Let's see, look at the box. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork. And it seems to be pretty comprehensive. Pretty comprehensive descriptions. I did pull a card after I cleansed it. I did pull a card and I got pig, which is prosperity. So I'm gonna say that's a good sign. Um, yeah, that's the card I pulled. And and the keywords of that card were prosperity, abundance, generosity, intelligence, wealth, resourcefulness, luck, and greed. Mm. And the tail, each one of these cards, the descriptions comes with a tail, and this is a Welsh tale describes a sow named Henwen. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. I guess Old White, which is a supernatural animal who gives birth to a series of objects, including a bee, a kitten, a grain of wheat, an eagle, and a wolf cub. Indeed, Henwen is attributed with bringing wheat to Wales, and like Henwen, pigs are often representations of the gifts of the earth, of nourishment and generosity. The goddess herself can be represented as a sow, with her acolytes as piglets, the large litters that sows give birth to, and the richness of their meat. Further, the theme of pigs as symbolisms of prosperity and wealth. In Norse mythology, swine were the favorite food of the gods, and in many cases would respawn after every slaughter. So very interesting deck. And like I said, it kind of called out to me. And here's the cards, but look at the inside of this deck. Look, I mean, there's like it's intentional throughout. So you get the little magpie there. And the other one looks kind of like a catbird, I think. I don't know. It's just a very stunning box. But I do like the magpie on the skull. If you notice, I tend to I like skulls. I have a plethora of crystal skulls in my living room. They've already communed and shared information with each other, and they hang out and keep watch over me every day. But here are the cards. Here's the back. So very simple, but like they're beautiful. Here's the horse. Look at that. That's stunning. And we have like the badger, the dove, and they're pretty sturdy cards. Here's the magpie. Here's on the card. Love the skull. Love the skull. We got terns and frogs and bull. And this year's, since I am basically a cat, there's the cat detachment, and boy, is that not a good one. But I love donkeys and rats. And out of this entire deck, I was looking through it and I was thinking, oh, they're just birds and mammals, and maybe a fish or two, beaver. Oh, there's a squirrel. That's another one of my my spirit animals that come in every once in a while. And I'm like, oh, well, there's no insects. Because me, only spiders. So I'm interested to see what insects are in. Oh, and here's the bat. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. And there's two insects in this entire deck. And I was just stunned because there are two that I really, really love. And a lot of people have mentioned it as well. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Look at this hummingbird one. Look how pretty those colors pop. Um, but let me see. There is two insects, and one of them is the spider. So I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay, is this the reason why I had to pick up the deck? Because the only other insect is a bee. So, um, yeah, and it's kind of golden in color. And my spiders are yellow sacks, so I don't know. Even though yellow sacks don't do webs like that, but this looks like the Gordon, kind of a representation of like a golden orb weaver, or just an orb weaver in general. And I don't know, any of you guys have traveled to the south of the United States, and in August, let me just tell you, the golden orb weavers, they're scary as all get out because they're the size of your hand. And they make these webs that are like 6 feet by 4 feet. And I saw them for the very first time. I went to visit my dad when he lived in Myrtle Beach, and there's a garden, like a botanical gardens that I love. It's like one of my favorite places on earth. And I go there all the time. They have a section. They have like a statue garden, and they have the regular flower gardens, and then they have um, animals. And these are all like rescued animals. Like they have a breeding pair of eagles, bald eagles, and they both have one wing. They were both shot out of the sky. And they were able to rescue them and rehabilitate them. And now they produce offspring, and the offspring gets released into the wild, which is amazing. But one time, and I don't normally go to the south in the winter or in the summer because it's just way too hot, but I had to go down in August. And so I went to my favorite place, And as I'm walking around, I see these giant, giant spider webs with these giant, giant spiders. And I was amazed. And that's what this reminds me of. But yeah, so I'm interested in kind of getting into this deck and seeing how it is. A little beaver. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, that's what I got today. When I was at the magic shop. And as I was at the magic shop, I had the seance today. And this is what I need to think through. I'm trying to figure out how to I don't know, process it. You guys all know that I'm relatively new here to the witchy space. Like I've been a crystal witch, but I never called myself a witch. I just use gems to heal and to, help people who came to me, and I would give like out crystal prescriptions and all that stuff. And I still do that. So if you ever want crystal prescriptions, just hit me up. But anyway, let me just put the books back because if I don't, my ADHD brain, it's going to get lost or it's going to get wrecked. I'm going to put it back in. So I was at the seance tonight, and it was kind of a quiet night. There was a lot of great messages that came through, but sometimes I go and there's so many people there that there's just so many spirits coming through. And today it was kind of quiet. But the cool thing about having a quiet night is the things that come through are a little bit more detailed, and they're more specific to, the people in the group. And I got a couple things. I'm gonna do some things because my brain, as an ADHD person, you can tell my brain is kind of like wired. And if you looked at back at my videos, you can see that sometimes just my thoughts have a hard time getting together and my words don't match up with what I'm trying to say. But that's neither here nor there. I've had a lot of white noise. And when I was at the last seance, that's what what I was told, that I needed to ground myself and I needed to do some ritual baths. So I did those, and I told you about those in some of my other videos. And so I finished those 3, and I do feel lighter, but I still feel a little off, and I just can't find traction. And it's like I have the motivation, but I don't have the traction to move forward. So tonight I was told that I needed to ground, and I was told that when I'm just going about my day, as my brain drifts, and I have my ADHD daydreaming and stuff like that, that I travel. And that kind of made sense, because there are sometimes where like I lose time. I just lose time. I think I'm doing something, even if it's just me playing solitaire or a video game, or I'm just looking at Twitter, or not Twitter. I'm not really on them anymore. But like on Instagram, and then I look and like, oh wait, 2 hours went by. Like it just goes away, and I just think that's just my own, you know, time blindness. But I guess I've been traveling, and that's been causing energy issues. So I had to kind of process that a little bit, because I didn't know that. But he said that it even happens when I drive, which would make sense because I have to drive to my mom's a lot, which is about 45 minutes away. And sometimes it's a lot faster than other times. And I know I have had a history of bending time, but that's intentional. And I actually say a couple things, and I actually do my own little thing, and I bend time, and I've been able to bend time up to like 15 minutes. But this is different. This was like, I'm not trying to be intentional. I'm not in a rush. I'm not doing anything, but all of a sudden I'm at my mom's house quicker than normal. So I guess I've been traveling. So I have to work on that, and I have to figure out how to manage that. I mean, I do know that I've traveled in dreams. Like I do, I don't know, I have this other life in my dreams. Um, which is fine because I'm pretty darn powerful in my dreams. Um, but I didn't know that I did it when I was awake. So we're gonna have to work on that. And then the other thing I was told, and this happens a lot when I go to these seances, I'm being told to do more, do more. And then one of the spirits that the guy that runs it channels, she came through and she looked straight at me and she goes, "You need to do more witchy things." Oh, okay. And I have to do mirror magic. I mean, I have, you can't see it. It's behind, this is my portable monitor, but it's behind there. I do have a scrying mirror. And I asked after the whole thing, I was asked, I'm like, well, what is mirror magic and how do I learn more about it? Because I have a scrying mirror that's new and I have a scrying ball, and you can kind of see my 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 golden sheen scrying ball. But he said, and I have not used it yet. There's a part of me that's very scared. Um, but because conditioning, it happens. Um, but he said no, like traditional mirror magic. And he told me some of that, how I could go about it. And I need like a small antique looking mirror and I'm probably gonna get a new one because I don't want to mess with something from like an antique store or anything like that. Um, but he said to like cleanse it with river water, which is easy because I live by the Hudson River. And so I have to figure out how that's gonna work. Mirror magic and do more witchy things. I thought I was being pretty witchy in my life. I mean, I burn candles every day. I have a devotional out there to Bastet. Right now, I'm asking her help to keep my cat from going into heat because she's supposed to have surgery on Tuesday. And if she goes into heat, then we have to wait another 6 weeks. And then we get towards the spring. And anybody who's ever had an intact female cat knows that when the spring comes, cats go in and out of heat all the time. So that's kind of an issue. So I'm right now I'm burning black candles for Bastet to have her help keep my cat calm so we can get her fixed on Tuesday. But I do have a devotional out there where I have a statue. I have a pick deck called Familiars, where I have a black cat with a besom and it says the High Priestess. So I just kind of put that there and lit a black candle, and I gave her an offering of some catnip. So I think that's pretty witchy. I got a working going here. That's witchy. I redid my whole altar, so this is my in bulk altar. Um, I've been crushing on my eggshells, so I'm trying to think. I'm like, how? I don't know how to be witchy. So I have to do some research, but I just wanted to come in and just give you a heads up what's been going on. Um, and again, I have a video that I am thinking about, and it's going to be a heavy one. So I want to make sure I have my thoughts together. So that might be my next video. Um, and it's hard because it's not a happy topic. Um, and I've been in a good mood. So it's kind of hard to talk about things that aren't so happy when you're in a good mood. I mean, I saw Craig Ferguson last night and I met him. It was so much fun. I don't know if you guys know who Craig Ferguson is, but he's a comedian. He used to do the Late Late Show on CBS, and I've seen him now. This is my seventh time. Yeah, seventh time. And it was my Christmas present for my husband. And so we had VIP passes. So we actually got to meet him. And it was really cool. So I got to tell him how much I loved his book, American on Purpose, and the audiobook. Oh, the best. and he won a Grammy for that, and it was a really good night last night. So it was kind of hard to like bring myself down and talk about something really heavy and not so happy. And I had a good day today. Again, it's hard, but because I want to talk about a couple things, I want to make sure I have information and stuff like that correct before I bring it to you. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. And I think my cat wants to come in, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is just a chit chat video telling you what I've been up to, what I've been doing, showing off my new Oracle deck. And I don't know if you guys have any ideas on how I can implement mirror magic. I'm gonna have to do some research because most of the books that I have, it doesn't specifically talk about mirror magic. And he just said, light a candle, turn off all the lights. And he specifically saw me with a red candle, which is fine because Bastet seems to like red candles, so I have plenty of red candles. Um, and then just sit there and look beyond my reflection and see what's there. Well, that makes okay. I understand that. A little scary though, because you watch enough ghost shows and you watch enough horror movies, which I don't really watch a lot of horror movies, but you know, is something scary gonna come up behind me? I don't know. Behind my reflection. Um, but yeah, so if you have any tips, how I can figure out how to be more witchy, um, I have been trying to build my library and look at things. I have another little deck that I looked at today, and it's basically called a spell a day. And they're just little cards, like small cards that just give you little rituals and stuff like that. So I might try to do some of those. I know at the dark moon I did a banishing, and the new moon I did a prosperity working. So I don't know how to make my life more witchy. So if you have any tips, let me know. And I guess I'll see where I go from here. So, but yeah, just an update. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for watching and letting me talk through my thoughts. And I don't know, maybe this will help my brain work. So I'll do something before and go to bed, and maybe something will come in my dreams. I also was told at the seance that I need to go back to some of my old spiritual workings, and I haven't really done much in my past, but I used to do a daily meditation with an altar with all of my my bodhisattvas and Buddhas and Master Yeshua and stuff like that. So maybe I'm gonna have to go back to that. Oh, and I'm not supposed to wear black to the seances anymore. So that means I have to go shopping. I hate shopping. And I hate wearing colors other than black. I am my pajamas. Pajamas are one thing. I mean, these are my Christmas pajamas. Got little kitties and puppies on them. But yeah. So I've been head wrapping a little bit. I think I need to do it more. I think that might keep my brain a little bit calmer and ground me a little bit. So I'm going to try that. And then, the letter closing for the seances, which is once a month. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's just an update on what I'm going. And I'm just rambling right now. So I will let you go, and I will end this video here. If like the kind of chit chat kind of videos, like, subscribe, leave a comment. And if like I said, if you got any tips, pop them in the comments, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I need to go from here. I mean, I guess I can go back to my herbs. I mean, I guess with Imbolc, I guess it's a good time to start looking towards the future and start, new beginnings and all of that stuff. So maybe I'll be going back to my crafting my oils and crafting maybe some teas or all of that. So that might be a way to step right into that green witch kind of vibe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I will keep you posted. So have a great night, everyone. And I'm gonna start saying it with all my videos. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, walk in love and light, and I will see you all in the next video.